I am watching Latch, and I could say just Latch now because they finally completed their SPAC deal. Um,
Yes.
Latch, if you remember, we had CEO Luke Schoenfelder on our show not that long ago.
Yeah.
Um, Latch was acquired by a SPAC called TS Innovation Acquisitions. It was Tishman Speyer's SPAC. They just went public today, which is very significant because it means they now have access to the $450 million they were getting in that SPAC deal. So now they're going to have really deep pockets. They've recently announced that they expanded into commercial offices. They're pretty much an apartment building. They provide an apartment building operating system for the most part. That's their core business. They're expanding into office buildings. They're trying to expand into the Europe market, which has about double the rental housing units of the United States, by the way. And now they have the cash to really take on that market head on. So I'm really watching that one. The stock is actually down since the original SPAC merger was announced. They're discussing their first quarter business results on Wednesday, so I'm going to be paying attention to that. I own shares of Latch now. It's interesting to say Latch now that I can. It trades under its own ticker symbol. It's
Mm.
LTCH.
All right.
So that's one I am watching very closely.
All right, good stuff. I'm going to be watching a company called Kanai Holdings. Ticker is CNNE. You ever heard of Kanai Holdings, Matt?
I have not.
Okay, yeah, this was one. It was new to me as well. But we had a listener who had asked a question for market foolery, and Chris and I talked about it one day. And the more I dug into it, it's just a very interesting uh, company with an interesting history. It split off from Fidelity National Financial back in 2017. It's not a SPAC, but it is a business. It's like so you talk a lot about how management really is the key. And it does feel like management is the key here for Kanai as well. Bill Foley, who actually is running the show there, he owns around 3.7% of the business today, so he's got some skin in the game. He is I believe, the executive chairman and the one generally speaking calling the shots there. But they ultimately it's a company that takes meaningful equity ownership stakes in businesses that they see opportunity, and so they own everything from shares of Dun and Bradstreet, which is in data analytics, to a large collection of restaurants. They have fintech in a company called PaySafe, and they even have real estate in a golf course community, Matt. So just a lot of different investments there that Foley has made through the years, and over the course of the last 3 years, the stock has done well. I mean, it's returned better than 80%, outpaced the market. Just an interesting business. The question was sort of in the line of, is this a kind of a Berkshire Hathaway style investment minus the insurance operations? And I think there's something to that, and so it's one that I'm gonna dig into and learn a little bit more about, just because it was a new one for me and interesting, and it could be an opportunity for investors. So we'll keep an eye on Kanai Holdings.